Hey YouTube, it's your boy Magnificent. So I got one of these bad boys. I know everyone does it. This is the cheapest mod. Whenever you're ready to start modding up your vehicle, one of the cheapest mods. You're looking at maybe 50 bucks, 60 bucks. If you want to get all name brandy, maybe 80 bucks to get this thing done. A 1 and a scale of 5 as far as difficulty. Timing, you're looking about 5 to 10 minutes. Some basic tools, you're looking maybe just a 8mm, 10mm and 13mm socket, the screwdriver T15, Torx, and that should do it, guys. So let's get this bad boy started.
We make the streets louder.
So first things first, here's what comes in the box for most things. You got the filter, you got the heat shield, and you got these tubes kind of help secure it. The clamps, these are a little bit of the, I forget what those are called, but it helps make sure it doesn't get ripped. And this also goes to the shield. Water bottle not included. And just a little couple of screws and such that you do, but it's, you know, just basic things that you'll need. So let's roll with it. Remove your current intake. This, you notice it's already half gone. It just clamps into this piece here. So let me just take this off, put that down. And all I did was just release this with the screwdriver, and you just pull it out. You're gonna go ahead and unclamp this bad boy right here. It's probably never been taken off since it was born, so it might be a little bit stubborn. There we go, just kind of give it a little bit of wake up. There we go. Pull up here. Toss it out, see? Just pull up on here. Okay. Oh, dang it. Oops. And we're just gonna pull out. Basically, so this will replace that. It's a little dirty. While I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and clean it up a little bit. So here's the mass airflow sensor. I'm gonna go ahead and just use MAF cleaner. I'm just gonna go ahead and clean it out a little bit. Make sure you don't touch it. You never know. So it looks a little dirty. Use this same thing to clean out the throttle body. Found the throttle body valve, butterfly valve. That, even though it's small, if you don't clean it or if you're built up enough, it'll keep the throttle body from closing properly. So air will be kind of leaking in. So it's one of the reasons you want to clean it off, you know, just make sure everything is perfectly clean. So I'm gonna do that. It's dirty, but I promise you, I've seen a lot worse. It's really not that bad. Some of the dirt in there is due to the mass airflow cleaning that I sprayed in there, but it's really not that bad. But again, while I'm here, might as well clean it off. So I'm gonna do that real quick. A couple of things to keep in mind. Don't use brake parts cleaner. Now I know this is mass airflow sensor cleaner, but it's all about the same thing. If this is all I have right now, some people get the specifics, and again, you can, but as long as you don't use anything corrosive like brake parts cleaner, you should be good to go. Again, another note, do not just douse it with cleaner. The goal is to put gradual amounts, because if you put too much in there, fluid that is, you can lock up the engine, and then you got some issues that you're gonna have to resolve. So just gradual amounts, little by little. I would suggest you put the cleaner, you could put some on the actual throttle body, but hey, why not just do like you do when you're cleaning the glass? Put the cleaner on the towel and then wipe, wipe, wipe. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna use a toothbrush. So I'm gonna spray some of the cleaner on here in the toothbrush and just go, 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 go. Make sure it's super clean. All that gunk right there will be gone. So let's get going. See those carbon deposits? I like to use a towel just so I can kind of know where I am at. If it's all wet, don't really know what's clean and what's dirty. So I like to use a towel as I go. That's just me. What I do also, use a handy screwdriver to kind of get deep in there. Here's some water that kind of got stuck. So if your towel or anything goes deeper than you can reach, just use a wire grabber, something to that effect to grab it. So. Just make sure you specifically get this rim area. One of the big areas is when you have leaks seeping through or the throttle closes but it's still not closed all the way. That's one of the biggest issues. Just get gunked up, and all I'm doing is just gonna make it run really, really smooth. But when you have an issue where it's leaking through, then you'll find that it's not responding very well. So when you press the throttle and like maybe if there's a delay or it doesn't respond very well, my first indicator would be cleaning the throttle body. It's the cheapest fix. Another option, by the way, that you can use instead of cleaning it like this, if you don't want to get deep and dirty, you still got to take off the intake. But I'll show you. Find it, but it's in a bottle like this. It's called Seafoam, and one of the options you'll do is you'll just crack the intake a little bit. So you won't take it completely off. You'll just crack this tip that the intake tube goes in, and you'll have a little spray nozzle. And you'll spray the Seafoam in there while the car's on, and then you're just gonna rev it in there. So there's a process, but the mechanical process, the chemical process, that little spray, as you rev up the car, it'll burn out all the smoke. So you'll see smoke coming out of your exhaust, but it really has done a job, I've seen, cleaning all that junk out that's in there. So that's an option that you can do, because not only does it clean that out, cool thing is it also cleans your intake out. So versus just cleaning your throttle body area, it'll go through all the intake and it'll clean up those little small tubes as well. So that's an option. This is just an example of what the bottle looked like. But Seafoam is also an option that will kind of do both in once, but it's a little bit more expensive. I mean, that much makes more expensive. I mean, I don't know, 10, 15 bucks maybe. Maybe about 15, 20 bucks if you go to O'Reilly's. All right, so now I'm gonna get real creative. Gonna use this super long pliers to attach to my toothbrush and get the backside. So check it out. I know, overkill. That's just how I roll. Let's get the spray in there. So it's just going real deep. As a hack or a random note for any vehicle maintenance, one of the tall tale signs that a hose needs to be replaced is when it cracks like this. You know, the hoses, I guess you may have to know what it was like, but most of these hoses that you get like this, they came very soft, amendable, but over time they get hard. That'd be a good indicator that you got to replace them. So just here, I'm just gonna go ahead and take off this hose, the breather hose. Just pull it out. It literally just cracked as I was removing it. Trash. And replacement, you gotta get this hose as part of your kit. Just pop it in there. And you'll put it this other end on your intake. So you need to put this shield in. So a couple of things you're gonna use, at least in this model, these two screws. So I'm gonna take these two screws off and put the shield in there. So go ahead and use a 10 millimeter socket. All right, now I'm gonna put the heat shield in. It's gonna be a little tricky because I got the isolator there, but it'll be fine. Okay, so it goes like so. These two screws are the areas I'm in. Okay, let's see here, we got here. So kind of wedge, push down, and voila. The goal is to find those holes. All right, I found them. It is going to be a little challenging because of, I might just have to move this isolator. So, you see here, it's just getting in the way there of fitting in. So I might just have to move that isolator slightly. So let me do that real quick. Put the heat shield on. These three screws that I talked about will fit perfectly. All right. See how here, and then the other two fit right there, and then the other one right here. So you can use self-tapping. So they provided self-tapping screws for that, just in case, but no need to use them.
I think the intake is also one of the easiest mods to do.
Oh yeah, I told them that when I started. It has to be the easiest.
I think those door handles were probably the easiest. But yeah. Engine mods.
I have to press hard. There's something on here that's keeping it. What I would do is, you know what? I wrote it out. Let's see if I can bang that down. There's two different hose looking pieces. The big mouth goes on the outside. This piece here. Make sure the flow air is going towards the engine. Should have put this on there beforehand if I was smart, but there you go, right there.
How to stabilize this, because when we connected the hose to here, it would still fall. This little doohickey right here. In the shield, there's a hole down here. Can you see it? That's where my finger's at. Right down here. Right there.
Yep.
That's the hole. So this just goes in. And then on the other hose, it attaches. And it just attaches.
There's a nut in the back, right?
A washer and a nut, yep.
Washer the nut. See it there? Okay.
So this. Alright, there we go. All right, here she is in all her glory. There we go. All right, guys, so the big question on everybody's mind is, with the new intake, does it just look pretty? Or does it do something for the vehicle as well? So I'm gonna start her up. And it snows yet again. So I'm only in my driveway. Don't do this at home or anywhere else because you can't see, but I know in front of me is completely empty. But I'm just gonna press on the gas. I was in park. All right, I'm gonna go and drive so we can see if there's a little bit more get up and go. So there's a little bit more. I'm hitting up backwards now, but yeah, there's a little bit more if we go forward. And I just push down the gas. Now, mind you, I'm definitely hitting some ice and snow and all that fun stuff, but we've got a little bit more power in the engine, a little bit more get up and go with the new intake.